Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to Randall R. Sadler Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you Earlham College baseball. Great to have you with us here on the Farm Bureau Insurance pregame show as we bring you HCAC baseball this afternoon. It's game one of the final three games of the regular season as the Quakers hosting the Panthers of Hanover here at Randall R. Sadler. Now, one game has already been completed earlier today. We'll talk about that coming up in a couple of moments and how that affects now the playoff race for the Quakers to get that number one seed in next week's HCAC tournament. Earlham wants to be that number one seed for the first time in their history in the HCAC. They're 23-12 overall. They are now 18-6 in the conference. Hanover coming in today's matchup at 18-17, 9-14 in conference play. They will look to play spoiler here in the next 2 days. Now, as we mentioned, one game already underway. In fact, it is now a complete game. Mount St. Joe, they beat Rose earlier today by a final of 12-3. So Rose, with that loss, they cannot get the number one seed. Now we'll be watching the scoreboard and see how a couple of the other teams will do. And we'll talk about that in just a couple of moments as well, because there are other games that could affect how the Quakers hopefully perform well today, but if they ended up losing today's game, they could still get in with another loss by Manchester later this afternoon. We'll talk more about that as we go along here this afternoon. One game today. We'll have two games tomorrow as the Quakers look for that number one seed. When we come back on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show, we're going to hear from head coach Steve Sakositz, get his thoughts about his team and their focus for today. Today was graduation for the 7 seniors on this baseball team. We'll talk about that and what to expect out of this Hanover squad here in the next 2 days. It's all coming up next right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time, which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Coach, we're down to the final 3 games of the regular season. You're in the tournament, we know, but now we also know that you're playing for that number one seed. Focus today. What's the biggest thing for you guys going into the series against Hanover?
Same thing we've been doing. We've been playing good baseball here lately, and our kids have been very focused with a lot of things going on. I'm very proud of them about that. Last week we had the Mount St. Joe's game. We had finals going on, and our kids were just like anything else they're doing. Those are the things on the side that are going to deviate you from what your focus can be. And do we let that bother us right here, or do we just forget about that stuff and realize that it's coming their work for doing? And our kids have been able to do a good job of that. So this week, with graduation today, some more guys walking, some guys going to get to celebrate tomorrow. There's a lot of things going on with what we have to do on Sunday. Our kids are focused, they're excited to play, and if we keep doing the things we've been doing, it really doesn't matter who we're playing.
Yeah, you said graduation was earlier today for some of these guys, and I was talking to the guys upstairs. That's going to be something that you think about. They probably get a lot of sleep last night coming into graduation day, and then all the family coming into town and everything else. That's why I guess I asked the reason about focus on a day like today.
Well, I mean, but again, these kids probably don't go to bed before 1 or 2 o'clock on a regular day anyway. So, but no, I mean, they know what they're playing for. And they got a lot of excitement. We still have a lot of work to do. So, then we have other things that are dealing with that we have to do with outside baseball here. Let's get back in baseball, back on where we're going to do it. And if we go out today with the focus that we're going to win a series, win game 1, put ourselves in a position to win series tomorrow, then everything else will work out for us.
1 or 2 in the morning, I'm in bed by 9:30. I must be getting old.
I would say the same for myself.
Coach, you're on the mound today, and boy, we can't say enough about what he's doing for this program and what he's doing this year especially. Talk a little bit about him going and getting the baseball game this afternoon.
Well, I just expect Howie to do what he's been doing, not just this year, but what he's done in his career. He's been, for a 4-year guy, pretty much a 6-arm guy as well. We'll have to put it out good. And so is Eric Elkins. So I'm expecting him to be consistent. He's not really striking out a ton. He's finding bad luck for the ball play. I think he's got to get better counts, and when he gets better counts, they have to come at him and he can try the baseball.
All right, this Hanover team, they're playing for pride right now, and they're not going to get in the tournament, but they can be the spoiler. We talked about them with other teams. What do you expect out of them this weekend?
Well, they still have a chance right now. I think they're 18, 17, something like that, record-wise. They have a chance to come to 20 wins this year, so that's what their focus is, trying to get to the 500 or at least record this year. And, they're also playing for what their younger guys can do in the future. The seniors going out, they don't want to go out with a sour taste in their mouth. I remember 2 years ago, we got the come through for the first time. We won the first game against these guys at our place to clinch that playoff spot, and then we played great the last 2 games. And they were playing for anything than they were. So I expect them to be out here playing hard, and I think it's the same thing.
All right, Coach Billy.
All right, head coach Steve Sacka sits as we get set for today's matchup. We'll talk about this Hanover team here in a couple of moments as we're continuing on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Let's go and get you the starting lineups for today. We'll start first off with the Panthers from Hanover. They'll go with John Scheel. He'll lead things off. He'll be in center field. Batting second and third base is Spencer Coop. Hitting third, the first baseman, Ty Stover. Hitting in the cleanup spot at shortstop, Jack Shine. Hitting fifth at second base, Chase Sizemore. Hitting sixth and DHing Tyler Cockerham. It'll be Tyler Finch hitting in the number 7 spot and catching today Bryce Fields hitting 8th in right field. And then Brooks Bailey hitting in the 9 hole. He'll be in left field. Again, it'll be Scheel, Coop, Stover, Shine, Sizemore, Cockerham, Fitch, Fields, and Bailey. Tanner Simpson going today for Hanover. Quakers will go with their usual starting lineup, the lineup they've gone with for the last several games. Nate Lynch will lead things off. He'll be in center field. Matt Barger at second base. He'll bat second. Brandon Laird, the shortstop, hitting third. The cleanup hitter, Eric Elkis, at first base. Addison Robertson hitting fifth and DHing. Hitting sixth and catching, Cody Krumloff. Batting seventh at third base, Danny Dopp. Hitting eighth, the left fielder, Isaiah Shake. Then hitting ninth in right field is Kendall Baker. So again today for the Quakers, Lynch, Barger, Laird, Elkis, Robertson, Krumloff, Dopp, Shake, and Baker. Howie Smith, the veteran, going today again for the Quakers. Tanner Simpson going today for the Panthers. We will come back and talk more about these two teams as we'll get set for Game 1 here this afternoon. 2 games tomorrow as the Quakers try to clinch the number 1 spot in the upcoming HCAC baseball tournament. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Hi, this is Troy Darengowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. We'd like you to know why public power is important to you. In small towns and cities across America, locally owned public power systems like ours represent local people working together to meet local needs. Our only purpose is to provide an essential service at the lowest possible cost. This makes a big difference in rates and service, and all the benefits we produce at home stay at home. Richmond Power and Light, your locally owned electric utility. Together, we make powerful partners. It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back once again, Randall R. Sadler Stadium, as we get set for game one of the three-game set. Howie Smith will be going today for the Quakers, and boy, Howie has had not only a great career, but what a senior season he has had. The right-hander coming into this game here, this will be his 15th overall appearance. He has started now the 9th game of the year. 4 complete games, 70 innings, 75 hits, 29 runs, 23 earned. And boy, the numbers on the strikeout to walk ratio, 61-6. And he is now 7-3 with an ERA of 2.96. So what a year he has had, Howie Smith. And again, the all-time wins leader. Could be another record set today, as we know that Nate Lynch is 1 hit away from the all-time hits record for the Quakers. I don't think there's any doubt he'll get that before this series is over with. This is a Hanover team, as we mentioned. They come in at 18-17, 9-14 in the conference. Last time out, they beat Transy by a final of 10-5. They ended up with 15 hits in that contest. And coming into this one here today, hitting a .291 on the season. And they're led by some pretty good hitters. Jack Shine at .360 on the year with 5 home runs and 27 runs driven in. Ty Stover, he's hitting at .376 in the conference. Tyler Fitch at .331 and Chase Sizemore at .309. Spencer Coop is another 300 hitter and also 8 stolen bases. So here we go, ready to get this one underway here this afternoon. Hanover lead things off with their center fielder, John Scheel. And here we go. Official game time right at 5 o'clock here this afternoon. Cool afternoon, winds blowing from left to right as that pitch is low and inside, ball 1, and we are underway. We'll set that defense for you coming up in just a moment as Smith set to throw, and the pitch on the way is low for ball 2. Krumloff back behind the plate for the Quakers. Elkis is at first base. Barger at second. Laird is at short. Dopp down at third with Shake, Lynch, and Baker in the outfield. Ground ball foul left side. 2 balls and a strike. Scheel, Coop, and Stover at the top of the order. Scheel, .266 on the year. 3 home runs. He has driven in 16. Quaker outfield will play it straight away. Here's the pitch by Smith, and it's in there for a strike, and that'll even the count at 2-2. Here at Randall R. Sadler will give you the dimensions coming up in just a moment. Here's the wind and the break-even pitch on the way, and that is in there for a strike, and that'll do it for Scheel as he will strike out to lead things off here in the top half of inning number 1.
With 1 out, now batting.
So 1 away.
Number 2, Spencer Coop.
Here's Spencer Coop. So 1 away here in the top of inning number 1, and the pitch on the way to Coop is swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Coop at .303, no home runs. He has driven in 18. This is a Hanover team averaging almost 10 hits per game as that pitch is high and tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. On-base percentage at .381. Their slugging percentage at .396. That pitch a called strike. And Howie on top at 1-2. 35 stolen bases. That is nothing compared to what the Quakers have done this year. Smith here with a 1-2 pitch, and he wastes that one high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is a Hanover team that is 3-10 on the road this season. They have not had the success they had hoped coming in. That one hit foul. And we'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here at Randall R. Sadler, the Earlham monster in left field. It's 310 down the left field line, 375 in the alleys, 390 dead center, and then 325 down the right field line. The late kick and the break-even pitch on the way, and it's high and outside. Now we'll go 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Spencer Coop. The pitch on the way, grounded left side. Charging will be Laird, the third baseman. Dopp will cut him off to throw to first in time. Nice play by Danny Dopp to get out number 2. There was no way that Laird was going to get to that baseball. So now with 2 away, that'll bring up Ty Stover.
Now batting the first baseman, number 26, Ty Stover.
Stover, 336 on the year, 2 home runs. He has driven in 29. So good start here for Howie Smith and the Quakers. As Smith gets the sign from Krumloff and then hits him in the back. So Stover will take one for the team. He'll head on down to first base, and that'll bring up Jack Shine. Shine at 360. We talked about his numbers a couple of moments ago. 5 home runs. He has driven in 27.
Shortstop number 5, Jack Shine.
Well, you look at the 2 meetings last year. Quakers won both those games, but you can also remember what happened 2 years ago as this pitch is up high for a ball. Quakers had clinched a playoff spot and then went out and lost the next 2 games as Hanover finished out their season strong. And they're hoping to beat the Quakers in this series as well. The stretch and the pitch. Boy, late on that swing. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that wind lightly blowing from left to right. So that will favor left-handed hitters here this afternoon. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Again, late on the swing. Krumloff set to throw if need be. And Shine behind it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Howie shakes off the first couple of signs from Krumloff as he comes set. Here's the pitch on the way. And boy, that was awful close on the outside corner. Shine will run that count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straightaway. Shake, Lynch, and Baker. A lot of speed in the outfield for the Quakers. Fly ball center field. Lynch will go back several steps, make the catch, and that'll do it. 1 hit batter in the inning. Other than that, nothing against the veteran Howie Smith on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Quakers on top, or I should say, no score here as we head to the bottom half of inning number 1.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at tonyscarsales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars. Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious athletes of all ages and skill levels, from creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support. New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Contact New Vision to schedule your workout at 977-5831 or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z. We head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Quakers will go with Lynch, Barger, and Laird.
Quakers, the center fielder, number 2, Nate Lynch.
Nate 1 hit away from breaking the all-time hits record. He'll be facing the left-hander today in Tanner Simpson. Simpson is making his 6th start of the year, his 11th appearance. 32 2/3 innings, 49 hits, 28 runs, 27 earned. He has 25 strikeouts and 19 walks. He is 1-3 on the year. And his first pitch is low for a ball. 1-3 on the season with an ERA, a robust 7.44. The pitch. And that's just low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And boy, Nate hitting .424 on the year, a home run, 27 runs driven in, 43 stolen bases. That one hit down the line, and it will go foul. 2 balls and a strike. Quakers as a team coming into this one, now hitting at .316. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one, 2 hit down the line and foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Simpson gets the sign. Here's the pitch, low and outside. Three balls, 2 strikes. Quakers leadoff hitter. This is the guy that gets things started. Ground ball right side. Sizemore. He lets that one go between the wickets, and Lynch will be on with the air. So again for the Quakers, leadoff hitter getting on base, and that'll bring up Matt Barger. Matt on the year hitting at .307. 3 home runs. He has driven in 22 and 22 stolen bases. And the Quakers get a man on now here in the top, or should say bottom half of inning number 1. Boy, Nate Lynch getting close to 50 stolen bases on the year, and he'll draw a lot of attention again at first base. We will hopefully hear at some point today, and Mitch Blancaspor is going to be joining us at some point, talk a little bit about the tennis team. They will be in the championship tomorrow. Brian Cox is here as well, which is hardly what we needed. We get close to maybe winning a championship and everybody shows up.
Well, it's really because of me they're in this position that I stayed away. So,
true.
I thought we'll see if the jinx is in.
Pitch is on the way,
Always
lifted
is.
high in the air to left field. Bailey is there, and that one hit a mile high. There is one away, and Lynch back to first base. And that'll bring up Brennan Laird. Brennan hitting .345 on the season. 3 home runs, 41 runs driven in. He has 30 stolen bases. Real quick defensively for Hanover today. Fitch behind the plate, Stover at first, Sizemore at second. Shine is at short, Coop down at third. The stretch by Simpson, he'll throw to first. In the outfield, Bailey, Shield, and Fields from left to right. I haven't seen you at a ball game since about when were you here last?
Well, Troy, when you're incarcerated, it's tough to get out for ball games.
Runner takes off, throw down to second, not in time, and another easy stolen base by Nate Lynch. Brennan Laird now down on the count of no balls and a strike.
Much like most of this Earlham team and their larcenous ways, I was in the pokey for stealing. And did he just not make that look so easy? He was
does.
in there by a good 3 steps.
Yeah,
he's
he's
unbelievable.
Always does. Yeah,
you're out stealing your opponents basically 7-1. I mean that's got to be close to a record. Mitch Blancaspor.
Simpson looking the runner back at second base. Well, when you look at the numbers, and you're exactly right, Quakers on the year, 137 stolen bases. That'll be 138. Here's the pitch by Simpson way outside, and Coach will talk about that quite often. You're just splitting as a pitcher, you're splitting your concentration between those guys on base, and it's not an easy thing to do than to turn around and try to throw strikes.
Absolutely not. You can, the team batting average over 300, it definitely is taking away some concentration from the pitchers.
Pitch on the way, it's outside.
Can we all just take a second to revel in the fact that my Texas public school education let me know that it's close to 7-1 Earlham stealing? I mean,
good.
really.
Yeah.
That should tell you something about the educational system in this
worth
country.
all the money that they spent down there in Texas. Here's the stretch once again by Simpson. By the way, you speak of education, the 7 seniors for the Quakers graduating today, and I don't know how many of them actually went and left early or whatever the case may be, but concentrating on baseball this afternoon as that one has popped up foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Brendan Laird. What would top this day off is to perhaps see Rose-Hulman lose another game, and Mitch was mentioning a little bit ago there's no live stats for that Manchester game, so we're going to kind of have to wait and see what happens there, and if the Quakers can manage to win the title today, perhaps wrap it up. That breaking pitch up high.
We'll have to patrol Twitter.
I'm not sure they're even doing that.
Because I'm pretty sure there's no local sports media up in Manchester.
Take a shot where you can, are you?
Mitch is so thankful for me to walk through the door. They're gonna put a keypad in next year.
3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is up high, ball 4. So a walk given up to Brendan Laird. Here's Eric Elkis.
It's certainly not the only reason that Brendan walked right there, but you can definitely tell that Tanner is very conscious of what Nate Lynch is doing, because you certainly don't want to give Nate a free rein at third base with less than 2 outs.
Well, here's the situation you face now if you're Hanover, and that is, we have seen time and time again, this Quaker baseball team will double steal almost at will. And you have 2 leading stolen base threats on base right now as that pitch in there for a strike. Elkis at .336, 5 home runs and 46 runs driven in. And there's still a little bit of a concern that he is not exactly in a slump. It's certainly not hitting the way he was earlier in the year, as Simpson will look the runner back to second. Elkis, I don't know the last time he hit a home run. He's been stuck on 5 for quite some time. Here's the pitch on the way, and a curveball in there for a strike.
A juicy hanger right there.
Yeah, 0-2. The stretch again by Simpson. And the left-hander, here's your double steal right here. Swing and a miss, and a double clutch throw down to third, not in time. And so Nate Lynch and Brendan Laird with stolen bases.
Poor Alec Dunn. Did you see his body language? He was walking towards the mound just with his arms kind of flailing at his head like, what do you do? I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Elkis, by the way, a strikeout victim, so 2 away. And here is Addison Robertson. Robertson, a .284 hitter. That pitch low and inside. He has 3 home runs and 22 runs driven in. So now the Quakers have Robertson a chance to perhaps drive in the game's go-ahead run with runners at second and third here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. That's inside, or got the inside corner. Now the count is even 1 ball and 1 strike.
Got the inside corner in Centerville.
Let's start ragging on those guys already. Huh? Here's the stretch again by Simpson in the pitch, and that one's fouled off. There's probably not a call you like ever anyway. So,
I've mellowed out in my old age.
Yeah.
If you listen to one of our broadcasts, 20 years ago,
I
was a little bit of a hothead.
You were.
Mellow old man now.
Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Popped him up to the right side. The second baseman, Sizemore, going out. Right fielder, Fields coming in. It'll be the second baseman, Sizemore, to make the catch, and that'll do it as the Quakers will leave a couple of runners on base here in the first inning. We head to the top of the second on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. No score. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
In inning number 2, it'll be Sizemore along with Cockerham and Fitch. You want to, that's hot, by the way.
We were talking about being old. Mitch Blakespor, the best SID in the business, just said, I wasn't alive in 90.
Thanks.
I don't know that a level of hatred has existed that I have right now before the history of man.
Sizemore fouls that one away. It'll be Sizemore, Cockerham, and Fitch, as we mentioned. Sizemore at 309, no home runs and 17 runs driven in. Smith set to throw, and the pitch on the way is a little bit high, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the reason he was bringing that up is if the Quakers manage to win today, they will win a share, or at least a share. Here's your 1-1 pitch, ground ball left side. The third baseman, that is Dopp, goes off his glove and will carry him into left field.
I think Mitch is a very nice guy, follows the rules, but I think that's a hit. That's because Laird is not going to get there. It's a tough play for Dopp. Gosh.
So they're going to give it a hit?
Oh, it's an error. Oh, they're giving him an error.
They're going to give him an error.
You want to be.
At bat the DH, number 7, Tyler Cockerham.
Iron Maiden type people. That's fine.
Boy. Here is Cockerham, 286, 2 home runs and 9 runs driven in.
Okay, if we're gonna make the rule in errors, if it touches off his glove, then we're gonna have about 50 errors in this ball game, or any other ball game.
So that was an error.
Well, no, it's a tough play. He's going across the way.
Runner at first takes off. That one hit it foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Coming from a guy who wasn't alive in 1990.
Were you alive in 1980?
Who, me?
You.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm like the second oldest person in this room, after you.
1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the stretch by Simpson.
Suzanne's like 30.
Swung on and missed. 1-2 now to Tyler Cockerham out of Georgetown, Indiana. The senior steps back in. Here's the pitch up high. Well, what I was going to say is that, again, they'd be sharing the HCA or the conference title for the first time since 1970.
How great is that?
That's great. Here's the break-even pitch. That one's tapped right back to Howie. He'll throw down to second, get one there, and on to first. That is a 1-6-3 double play.
Very nice job by Howie Smith and Laird turning it, but really a weak swing by Cockerham.
So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Tyler Fitch. 1970, the Reds were in the World Series against the Orioles. It was also the year I think the Knicks ended up winning the championship with Wes. Who was that?
Unseld?
No, not Unseld. It was that pitch is outside. I know the Miami Dolphins were pretty good in 1970. So were the Raiders. It was Willis Reed.
Willis Reed, okay. Yeah. You knew that we couldn't go 30 seconds in a sports broadcast without the Dolphins coming up.
Powerful in the 70s. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Grounded again back to Howie, and he's going to field his position twice and do it flawlessly.
Thank you, Howie, for preventing us from having to talk about Michigan, the Cardinals, and every other front-runner team that Troy likes.
We'll take a break as we will head to the bottom half of inning number 2. No score. This is Quaker Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive and I approve this message.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, It's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994. Earlham Baseball being brought to you this afternoon by Harrington Oak Insurance. In Harrington Oak, we spend every day working to make our community better, safer, and more enjoyable because our focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes and are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal, life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Oak insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502 or go to their website, harringtonoak.com, for more information. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 2. Cody Krumloff will lead things off. By the way, the tennis team won earlier today 5-2. So they will play Rose-Hulman tomorrow in the championship. That is a 10 o'clock start time. You can read more about the earlier tennis match from Mitch Blancaspor when they... Is that posted yet on your website, the tennis brief preview? More information will come up on Gorlum.com. Here's the pitch. That's low and inside, 2-0. Cody at .314 on the year, 3 home runs, 29 runs driven in. Brian Cox has joined us here in the press box, and last time we saw Brian probably back in March. That pitch is inside, 3 balls and no strikes. You were briefly the public address announcer before you copped out on that one.
Before I was fired.
Yeah.
Gross dereliction of duties.
Here's the 3-0. You could be fired in the same press box 2 times in one season.
I think the thing that got me fired was asking Mitch if he knew what life was like without a microwave, and he said no.
That one's lined in left field, base hit. So there's your first base hit for the Quakers on the afternoon, and that'll bring up Danny Dopp.
Now batting the third baseman, number 7,
I really find it a little insulting that people like yourself and others in the press box don't think I know something about 1970.
Well, it's hard to remember back that far, Grandpa.
Good start for the Bee Gees.
Danny Dopp batting .336. He's got 2 triples, 1 home run, 29 RBI. And doesn't like Troy, from what I understand. My pregame notes.
He does, because I'm a Michigan fan, and he's out of South Haven, Michigan.
What if he's a Sparty?
I doubt it.
What if he's a Chippewa?
I doubt it. No balls and a strike now to Dopp.
Mitch says with disgust.
Simpson, the left-hander, giving up just 1 base hit so far as we play here in the bottom of the second inning, and he'll throw to first again. Cody, by the way, on the year, 6 stolen bases. Quakers have 4 guys with 15-plus stolen bases in the starting lineup here today, and that'll catch the attention of Simpson.
Cody has 6. I have him down for 3. Is that the first thing to go? Eyesight?
Oh, maybe it was 3. Here's the stretch and the pitch, and it's high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. I did that just to see if you're paying attention to your notes.
Yeah, pretty good.
By the way, tournament starts next week. It'll be Thursday.
So as Mitch mentioned, if Manchester loses and Earlham wins, Earlham hosts. Is that correct?
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah. 1 game earlier today, we mentioned it was Mount St. Joe beating Rose 12-3. They're playing a doubleheader in their matchup. By the way, that Transylvania Bluffton series has been canceled. That one lined in left field, another base hit. So the Quakers now with runners at first and second. Adam Earlham's second base hit.
To the plate, the left fielder, number 33, Isaiah Shake.
That'll bring up Isaiah Shake at .314. No home runs. He has driven in 22. You watch Earlham, and again, I think talent-wise, this will all play out by the time this series is over with. But you just look up and down that lineup, and I know you're looking at the statistics as well. Do you see any easy out in there anywhere?
No, not at all.
Do you see anything that somebody's not doing well?
Well, not only is it not an easy out, they're multifaceted. I mean, they can get on a bunch of different ways, whether it's bunting, and then once they get on, the train doesn't stop rolling there. You get the opportunity. Every one of those guys in the lineup can steal a base, and especially when necessary.
The stretch again by Simpson. Here's the pitch, and he's way outside. And this is one guy, right? And I'll say it again. I said in the other games that all the freshmen that have made a contribution as will have a visit to the mound. And
there's good news.
You love delays. You love delays. Danny Dopp, a 336 season. Isaiah Shake at 314. I'm not jumping to next year, but you look at how many different bats will have to be replaced. You've got Lynch and Barger and Laird and Elkis and Krumloff. And yet guys like Dopp, Shake, and Baker and Addison Robertson will all be the focal point of the offense next year. And, of course, all the different freshman pitchers that have had success this year. And hopefully by next year as well that Walter Talcott will be fully healthy and back in the starting rotation as a junior. But they have guys that have all kinds of experience. They'll be back next year, and I wouldn't be surprised that Earlham would be picked to be the conference preseason favorite again.
Yeah, I think we talk about this every year, just the great job that Coach Sakasitz and the rest of his coaching staff and the administration has done building this program up. And that's the thing. It's going to keep, that momentum is going to keep going because not only do they have probably the best facilities in the conference and, probably the Midwest. Once winning begets winning, and then that also begets better talent.
Yeah.
And with Coach Sakasitz and his ability to recruit, and then now you can start putting all those pieces into place with, fill out that resume. We win. We have great facilities. We have supportive administration. We have the best SID in the business. We have the best assistant AD in the country. I mean, senior associate AD.
Here's the pitch on the way. 2 balls in his. Is it 3-1? 3-1. Well, and then you forgot about education.
Well, and when the day is over, she's going to be the AD because that's what I'm going to make happen.
Right. Simpson again checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch on the way. Grounded back up the middle. Shine will bobble. Flips on to Sizemore. They'll get the force of Danny Dopp.
That's because I'm promoting Mike to, senior vice president. That's what I'm going to do.
So Shake will be on with the fielder's choice, one away.
But sincerely, not to take away from this game because obviously it is very important. But have you seen the level of commitment? We've been around. You've been around this community 30+ years. I've been around 25+. This is by far the best position I've seen the entire Earlham athletic place or athletic teams in, with great staffs and facilities. You just hope it continues on this track.
Baker 286, no home runs, 17 runs driven, and he shows bunt, the throw down to second, and there'll be another stolen base, this time Isaiah Shake.
Is that 4 in inning and a half?
That is now 4 stolen bases. They're coming off that game recently. They had 11 in the first game in that series against Transylvania. 11 stolen bases in one ball game. So now 1-0, one away.
Hey, what a weapon. When you have that many guys on your squad that can steal a base and there's a drag bunt by Kendall, it does not stay fair.
Kendall's in fact, if he's not the best bunter on the team, he's close. He and Nate Lynch both able to put the ball on the turf and beat out numerous infield hits. We'll see Fitch go out and talk to Simpson, which will make you happy again.
Kendall reminds me, years ago when we first started doing games together, or when I started doing games with you in the mid-'90s with Richmond High School, it was always one of the tenets of those teams where they had a strong number 9 hitter to get you back around the top of the order. And that's what Kendall reminds me of. Back in those days, a 286 hitter in the 9-hole is pretty good, especially with the ability to control the bat that Kendall has, along with the speed.
And, those 15 stolen bases as Baker fouls that one away. And Kendall, of course, sat a lot in his first 2 years and bided his time to get into that starting lineup and has been solid in right field. And you mentioned in that number 9 hole all season long. 1-2. Simpson with the pitch. That one falls in there for a strike and got him looking. Nice pitch that time by Simpson. That'll be his second strikeout, so 2 away, and here's Nate Lynch.
Yeah, that's a tough out to take with runners on second and third and only 1 out. He would have certainly liked to at least get the ball into play to potentially score a run there.
Well, Nate got on. He was vital getting into a scoring position in that first inning, was left stranded at third. Couple of stolen bases after reaching on an error as that pitch in there for a strike. Now Simpson going to that breaking pitch a little bit more.
He's consistently gotten it over for strikes.
Yeah.
And fooled quite a few of the hitters.
Here's the 0-1. Low in the strike zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. I was going to check and see if the other game ended the second inning. Hanover, Earlham, that one bottom of the second. Rose is now ahead of Mount St. Joe in that second game, 3-0. That pitch low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Well, again, 1 base hit right here, and you'll have your all-time hits leader. Tomorrow we'll be back here with the first game beginning at noon. Here's the pitch on the way, hit foul. You know, not only when you speak of Baker, you have 2 left-handed hitters with Baker at number 9 and then Lynch at number 1. You have the 15, 40, now 44, 22, 30 stolen bases in those 4 guys. Simpson with the pitch. Well, he tried to break that one off again, missed a little bit high and outside, 3-2. Well, Quakers now have had 4 runners in scoring position. Let's see if they can get something right here. The stretch and the pitch on the way. Popped him up down the line. The third baseman, Coop, in foul territory, makes the catch, and the Quakers will leave runners in scoring position again here in the second inning. We will head to the third inning. No score. This is Quaker Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
At Richmond Power and Light, we're committed to Richmond. We've been a part of this community for over 114 years. We're not part of some big energy conglomerate, and we don't answer to out-of-town stockholders. Instead, we are accountable to you. And just like you, we want what's best for our hometown. That means you can count on us to provide reliable electricity at low rates. We are Richmond Power and Light, your hometown electric utility, building Richmond a better tomorrow. Earlham Baseball being brought to you by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, just $3.50. With it being Saturday, it's the Black Forest ham, Sunday the meatball marinara, and then Monday the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Treat yourself at Subway, 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. We will head to inning number 3. Quakers have now left 4 runners in scoring position over the first 2 innings.
Leading off the top of the third for Hanover, the right fielder.
This will be Bryce Fields to lead things off.
And I think with that left on base situation, you need to remember in the second inning, they had runners on second and third with only 1 out, and you still weren't able to get a run in. I don't remember the exact situation in the first inning, but when you're battling for the opportunity to get a conference crown, we definitely need to be getting these runners in when they're in scoring position.
Howie gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That one popped up, and that'll be the second baseman, Barger. Step back, comes in, makes the catch. An easy out here in the third. There's 1 away. Here's Brooks Bailey. Bailey, 286 on the year, and a home run. He's driven in 4. Take that back, 236 on the year, home run, and driven in 4.
Number 4, Brooks Bailey.
Bailey seeing Howie Smith for the first time. Howie going for his 8th win of the year. Has the right-hander's first pitch on the way. That'll be chopped third base side. Dopp charging and then falls on the turf, and That will be Bailey.
That's an error. Hit his glove.
You're going to give him a hit?
Just messing with my friends.
Hit.
Clearly a base hit. Error on the turf.
So that'll be a base hit by Bailey. The first hit now by Hanover, and that'll bring up now John Shield at the top of the order.
You know, Dobbs had a lot of chances, and he's actually done pretty well. I think he would have had that play. You know, just got a little tripped up over the turf.
So she'll bunt the pitch in there for a strike. By the way, Shields struck out his first time up.
I think Mitch's tolerance level with me is kind of at its maximum.
Is it running out?
It's at its maximum.
Yeah. Here's the stretch on the 0-1. Popped him up foul.
I love Mitch.
You know, you walk in the room and the tolerance level has already been sucked out of the room, so
I love
it didn't take long.
I'm Mitch's biggest fan, and not just in girth, Troy. I'm his biggest fan.
No balls, 2 strikes to John Shield. The stretch. Here's the pitch on the way up high. I tell you what, this is not a team that's going to run a whole lot when you speak of Hanover, but when you've got a catcher like Cody Krumloff and the job he's done in his career, and especially in his senior season, here's another pop-up to the right side. The first baseman, Elkis, in foul territory, will squeeze that one, so another easy out. And here is Spencer Coop. I'll go back to Krumloff again. This guy will throw to any base at any time and almost in any situation, and has had so much success throwing out runners, even on snap throws to second and first base.
Yeah.
You're scared to death to get a big lead.
Yeah, he's a big proponent of thou shalt not steal. You talk about Hanover. They are 34 of 41 on stolen base attempts, so what is that, roughly every 16% of the time they get thrown out.
Going to use your math again, are you?
Well, yeah. We'll show off a little bit.
Gee, 2 math equations in one broadcast. Here's the 0-1. That one just outside. You only doing that because it was graduation day in many colleges around the country?
I'm showing what a good education, where it can get you.
1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch on the way. And that one just outside. 2 balls and a strike now to Coop. He is 0 for 1. I hadn't heard from you in such a long time. I wasn't sure you were still alive.
I didn't think I was. It's been a fun spring at the Worldwide Leader.
I bet. Hit foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away here in the third. Great to have you with us here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. And if everything works out next week, we'll be bringing you the HCAC baseball tournament.
It'd be great. You know, if my spring continues on the track it's going, I may be our new salesperson.
Here's the line drive to the shortstop, Laird, and that'll do it for the Panthers here in the third inning. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 3 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. No score. Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com. Earlham Baseball being brought to you this afternoon by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on that transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-30-400. We'll see if this Quaker offense can get going, as the Quakers got runners at second and third back in the first inning, and then Elkis struck out. Addison Robertson popped up to second base, and then ended up getting runners at second and third in the second inning, and we saw Baker strike out and Nate Lynch pop up. So the scenario pretty much the same in both innings.
You got to feel pretty confident. You know, now the heart of your order is seeing Simpson for the second time. We have 2, 3, 4 here due up in the bottom of the third. You've had runners in scoring position, or 2 runners in scoring position each of the first 2 innings, and that's, you know, just seeing them on the first try. So let's see what happens here.
Pitch on the way to Barger's up high. 1 ball, no strikes. I think the edge right now, and again, I'm not just saying this because this is an Earlham offense that can explode at any time and don't really worry too much about them scoring runs, but you have a left-hander out there, a lot of right-handed hitters in this lineup for the Quakers. But speaking of Simpson, he's been falling behind all the hitters pretty consistently. So he's been pitching behind in the count so far, and he's doing the same thing right here. That will eventually catch up with you.
Yeah, I think he's only had first pitch strike twice that I remember. Maybe more than that, but I remember twice.
He's gone 3-ball count now for the 6th time. Yeah, pitch in there for a strike. He's got twice now to Lynch. 3 balls to Barger. 3 to Krumloff. 3 to Shake. And that pitch is low and outside, and that'll be his second walk of the afternoon. And the Quakers have a man on now with Brendan Laird.
And you put Barger on first, 22 steals in 23 attempts. And you have to think the way that the Quakers have been aggressive on the base pass, there's no reason why Barger is not going to be going. And certainly the catcher has not really shown anything to scare you to prevent you from stealing either.
Simpson, the left-hander, comes set. And, of course, Coach Sack will talk about how often you steal off the pitcher. And these guys are very good at getting an excellent jump at first base. They read that pitcher well, but left-handers will always keep you a little bit closer. The pitch on the way popped him up into center field as Brendan Laird knew he got underneath that one. Scheel is there, makes the catch, and Barger will head back to first. Now, Brennan sometimes can be a free swinger, but generally he will wait a little bit and get a couple of looks.
Yeah, I think especially with Simpson, as you mentioned earlier, he hasn't consistently, been throwing strikes.
Yeah.
I think you would wait and get him a little deeper into the account.
Yeah, I think he went a little early.
I guess in Brennan's defense, sometimes that first pitch you see is going to be the best pitch of the at bat. So if it's in the slot where you're expecting and looking, you got to swing.
By the way, Eric Elka struck out his only time up. Simpson again when he throws to first, he's going to keep an eye on Matt Barger. Barger with the 22 stolen bases. Quakers with still 2 games to go tomorrow. They could very well hit that 150 stolen base mark. And the throw down to second and got him. So that'll go 1-3-6 on the steal, or at least the steal attempt of Barger.
That was a nice move by Simpson. Did a really nice job of, keeping his leg under control where he didn't have the potential for a balk. And I was just about to say, those continued throws over, more stress on the arm, more, lack of attention, all that, and they finally came through and got the second caught stealing of Barger.
1 ball, no strikes down to Elkis. The pitch on the way, hit well down the line, but he rips it foul. I think we're kind of waiting for this guy right here, Elkis, who, again, the 5 home runs have come way early in the season. He's been on a long dry spell. I think he's going to get one of these times here and get himself back on track.
Still batting .336.
Yeah, how about that? This one hit to right field.
That's
Fields
trouble.
going
That's
back,
trouble.
and that's gone. Opposite field home run by Eric Elkis, and the Quakers lead it 1-0.
And not sorry about the dent in your Buick.
He very rarely goes to right field, though.
Went with the pitch outside corner, went with it, and not that it was wind dated, but had that luxury of having the wind with him.
They just, again, nothing above other than just thinking at some point he's going to get one, and he got one right there, and Simpson made a mistake, left that one on the outside corner of the plate, and good job by Eric to extend his arms and hits that one over the field, over the fence in right field. Here's Addison Robertson.
I'm pretty sure we can attribute that to my attendance.
I think so. That one gets away from Fitch. Well, I'm sure if we win, we'll see if we'll come back tomorrow. Robertson, 1 ball and no strikes. We'll hopefully talk with Mitch at some point, get you out of here for a little bit. I want to not yet, but when we I think you were getting ready to take off.
Brother.
2 balls and no strikes.
You're not the first person to want to get rid of me.
I want to get Mitch in here and talk about not only what the scenario may be for the tournament next week, That one is looped into right field, and diving and missing will be Shield, the center fielder. Robertson heading to second base, and that'll be a stand-up double.
You like the effort out by Shield, but that you got to stay in front of it. You can't dive.
Yeah,
you gave up an extra base there that was unnecessary. But again, you like the hustle. You like the thought, but you got to have situational baseball in mind.
Cody Krumloff singled his last time up.
It's now 3-0. Rolls Holman, Mount St. Joe.
3-0?
3-0. Preparing for soccer next year.
I know you are. By the way, speaking of soccer, they will have their brand new facility ready to go next year.
And the Brian Cox press box I saw is right there.
It is.
Getting close.
Pitches in there for a strike.
That's about right.
What was that?
Like Caitlin dropping bombs like Elkus. They named the bathroom after me. It, too, is a black hole of despair.
This one hit well into left center field. Going back will be Shield, and he'll make the catch, and that'll do it as Krumloff gave it a ride. But that one will stay in the ballpark. But the solo home run by Eric Elkus will give the Quakers the lead as we head to the top of the fourth inning in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers on top of this one, 1-0. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports. There is one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive, 110 East Main in Richmond. Or give them a call at 765-966-8181 or visit their website, beach-auto.com. Earlham Baseball being brought to you by Square Donuts of Richmond. Whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy their huge cinnamon rolls or any of the other crowd favorites, including maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and more. And, of course, grab those award-winning glazed donuts, voted the #1 donut in the entire state. Proud to be your favorite donut shop, home to the best donuts in town, the only squares around, Square Donuts of Richmond. We will head to the fourth inning. Quakers on top of this one, 1-0. It will be Stover, Shine, and Sizemore as Smith with his first pitch just outside 1 ball, no strikes. Mitch Blancaspor is the sports information director at Earlham College. I wanted to start first off with tennis. You were over at Terre Haute earlier today. That one is chopped to the left side. The third baseman, Dopp, charging. He'll have to hurry, and he will not get the play at first as Stover on base for the second time.
We're going to call that a base hit, Troy, if you're talking about the official stats. But I was actually over in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
The HCAC men's tennis tournaments held at the West Indy Racket Club. Earlham victorious over Hanover by a score of 5-2. Lost in the conference semis last year, but will play Rose Holman for the HCAC tournament championship and a right to play in the NCAA championships at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Bunt laid down third base side. Charging will be Dopp. He'll have to hurry again, and they got him. Shine out at first base and a bang-bang play as the sacrifice, though, is successful, getting Stover to second base.
Looks like Shane Stock thought he'd potentially have a biff with that play, with that call by the first base umpire. But definitely good result for tennis. 18-6 on the season after struggling in the North Coast Conference, moving over to the Heartland. Earlham's won their first 4 HCAC tournaments and lost the last 2. 2 years ago, lost the champions Rose Holman in the conference tournament championship match, and then last year losing to Transy in the semifinals.
Fly ball now by Sizemore into right field. Baker is there, makes the catch. The runner, Stover, will tag, and the throw is off the mark. So Stover advancing on to third base. So tomorrow, 10 o'clock, as you mentioned, they'll play Rose,
who they lost to last week 6-3. Both teams were unbeaten, and Rose defeating Earlham 6-3 in Terre Haute for the HCAC regular season championship. Earlham lost all 3 doubles flights and kind of played pretty well in singles, to be honest. But when you lose all 3 in doubles, you really put yourself in sort of a hole that's too big to overcome against a good team.
Cockerham 0 for 1 today as Simpson take that back. Smith ready to throw on the pitch in there for a strike. I'll probably keep into the next inning if I can because we want to talk about what scenarios we may be looking at.
As long as Brian Cox doesn't punch me for it, I'm on board.
Okay. Here's the 0-1. This one is lined toward the shortstop. Laird makes the catch, and that'll do it. The Panthers get a runner to third and leave him right there. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Quakers on top of this one on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, 1-0.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
The last time I was in for service at Best One, I let Roger know my brakes were squeaking. So they checked them out, and Roger told me it was just a little moisture. Not to worry, everything was fine. Well, that was just the reassurance I needed. I trust the team at Best One, just like I trust my own dad.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark. At Best One Tire and Service, we only fix what needs to be fixed. When your car or truck leaves our shop, the service you request will be done right. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium, 1-0 Quakers. Mitch, let's go to next week. Give us what the possibility is going to be after this weekend. We've still got some things to answer, but we saw Rose lose earlier today, and we're trying to keep track of the Manchester game. What's happening right now?
Yeah, so as I think you've alluded to before, Troy, Manchester and Franklin, that series being played at Franklin is actually the first game is at Bishop Chittard High School due to Franklin's field sort of being underwater.
Yeah.
So we will not have any updates on that game. We're at the will of the Twitter sphere, as one might say on that one, as Danny Dopp steps up here for Earlham, and I'll get back to that as he hits a pop-up here to center field.
That'll be Fields coming over, and Fields will make the catch, so there's one away.
In right field there, actually, correction. But Earlham, the HCAC championship tournament and the regular season trophy the regular season championship is determined by games back because the conference, you have teams that don't play as many games as the others due to weather and things like that. I know you mentioned the Transy Bluffton series. Both teams are eliminated, but they didn't play. Franklin didn't get 2 games in against Anderson. So Isaiah Shake steps up here for the Quakers.
Isaiah will take that pitch inside, 1-0.
So Earlham, with Rose Holman losing, Earlham could lose all 3 of its games and still have the tiebreaker over Rose Holman, given that Earlham took 2 of 3 in Terre Haute. As this pitch is grounded, soft foul ball there to the Hanover dugout. So Rose Holman's sort of out of the picture. I mean, they could still technically share the regular season conference title, but with that loss to Mount St. Joseph, Rose cannot host. So then it comes down to Earlham and Manchester.
Here's the 1-1 pitch up high.
And Earlham entered this weekend 2 games up on Manchester. So 2 wins or better, doesn't matter what Manchester does. 1 win, Manchester have to win out. If Earlham goes 0-3, Manchester would have to win 2 of its 3 games. Due to the fact that Manchester took 2 of 3 at Manchester earlier this year. So Manchester has a tiebreaker. But in terms of just forgetting the tournament for a second, the regular season championship, 1 win in the next 3 games will clinch a share of the regular season title for the Quakers.
2 balls and 2 strikes, and this one is hit foul as well. And then, of course, the tournament would start Thursday.
Weather permitting, as we've seen.
As always,
yep,
yeah.
So there'd be 2 games on Thursday, 3 on Friday, and then 1 on Saturday, potentially another if needed. It's a double elimination tournament.
Okay. Pitch is on the way. This one is hit into left center field. Going back on it is Shield. He's not going to get to this one. That one will bounce over the fence, and that'll be a ground rule double for Isaiah Shake. And the Quakers have a man on here in the 4th inning.
Isaiah Shake a couple times this year, Troy, I think has been 1 hit short of the cycle, I think 3 different times, 2 in consecutive games last weekend. So out of Bloomington, pretty good player there for the Quakers in just his freshman campaign.
Kendall Baker struck out looking his first time up. And with the hosting of the tournament, if everything works out according to plan, You get a chance to come here to see this beautiful facility, and that is certainly a plus. Some of the players, I know most of the players that come here love playing here, just from the standpoint, the turf, and, of course, the new video board and everything else. Just a great place to be hosting a tournament.
100%. Yeah, I think that was the vision when Randy and Melissa Sadler generously donated some funds for the stadium to be built, and there'd be a chance to host the first postseason that the baseball program's been in since 1970.
Yeah.
In the third year or fourth year this stadium's been in existence?
Be number 4,
Number 4.
First one almost didn't count, really. We were kind of
didn't have this press box.
Didn't have the press box, and jumping over a lot of ditches and everything else just to get it going. But it has been a great place to be ever since. 1 ball, no strikes this stretch again by Simpson. Here's the pitch. And this one popped up shallow left center field, and coming out will be Shine, the shortstop, to make the catch. And there's 2 away, and that'll bring up now Nate Lynch.
Well, here comes Nate Lynch, Troy, his third chance to become. He's already tied for the hits record all time with 180 career hits. Jake Carr, 2007 to 2010, has the record with Nate Lynch. And Nate, who we saw already broke the record for runs, already broke the record for stolen bases. Really, Coach Sack has said, I'm sure he's told you before, this is the first season Nate's really been fully healthy, and we're really seeing it batting well over 400.
Yeah, this guy right here, and certainly a nice young man as well, and graduated earlier today. Let's see if he can get the record here today as well, as he'll take that pitch low for a ball. By the way, with Shake now down at second base, Quakers have another runner in scoring position here in the first 4 innings, still leading it 1-0. Here's the pitch on the way. It's low and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Well, after baseball, of course, now we have to kind of wait and see what happens in the tournament. If the Quakers can manage to win the tournament next week, you think about the NCAAs, and that'll be a first as well, as that pitch is in there for a strike. The throw to second, not in time.
Would also be a first for me, Troy, admittedly. I've covered a lot of NCAA tournament events, a couple national championship teams, but never a baseball team making the baseball tournament. I've helped host baseball tournaments before for host of the NCAA tournament, but never as an SID covering a program. So it'd be a cool experience for me as well. Works kind of similar to the conference tournament double elimination. Depending on where you get sent in the regional, you can anywhere have some have 5 teams, some have 6, some have 7. So depending on where the Quakers get sent, if Earlham were to get that far, obviously a lot of work to do until that point. Yeah. But since we're talking about it, it would really have to check GoEarlham.com for the schedule on that.
Ground ball to Shine. He'll throw to first. Mitch, thanks for being with us. Appreciate the information as always.
Thank you, sir.
All right, GoEarlham.com. Check it out. We will head to the top of the 5th. Quakers lead this one 1-0. This is Earlham Baseball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
I am your physician.
I am your caregiver.
I am your spiritual support.
I am here to help you be independent
and achieve your optimal health.
But I am also a cancer survivor.
I am living with diabetes.
I am a chef.
And an artist.
I am your neighbor.
I am the face of Reed Health.
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 Reed Health, right beside you.
Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Troy Darengowski along with Brian Cox as we now move to the 5th inning. It's Fitch Bailey, or take that back, Fitch Fields and Bailey. As Howie Smith so far giving up just 2 hits through the first 4 innings. The pitch on the way is low for a ball, 1-0. Fitch 0 for 1. So are you going to be here next week? I mean, we can always pull out the headset for you again.
I'm going to do my best.
Ground ball to Dopp, the third baseman. Throw to first in time, 1 away.
Howie Smith really doing a nice job mixing up locations, keeping the Panthers off balance. I don't really remember a well-hit ball against anything that was, that you would say, he really got a hold of that.
Yeah, both of them have actually been infield base hits scored that way. So neither one of them, in fact, they haven't gotten a ball out of the infield when it comes to getting base hits. In fact, I don't even think other than fly balls they've done much so far today. This one's popped up. That'll be Howie fielding his position again.
Yeah, a number of pop-ups. I mean, that's probably the fourth or fifth infield pop-up that I can remember. And, 3 pitches, and we're 2 or 3 pitches, and we got 2 away.
Yeah, here is Bailey. He got an infield base hit back in the 3rd inning.
I mentioned earlier about how the batting averages and the on-base percentages of the guys at the bottom of the batting order, Kendall Baker at the 9-hole batting, over 280. You juxtapose that, and that's probably the best hit ball that we've seen right at Kendall Baker. And, hey, we'll see you in the next half inning.
That was about as fast of a half inning as you will ever see, as the Quakers will head to the bottom half of the 5th inning on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Earlham on top of this one, 1-0. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So of course I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Thankfully, Troy is whisked away by the people at the special farm back at Randall R. Sadler Stadium, where the Quakers have a 1-0 lead over the Hanover Panthers. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Quakers, the second baseman, Matt Barger. He is 0 for 2. And I forgot to mention, because I'm not very good at this job, we're at the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. The Quakers 1-0 over Hanover. 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error for the Quakers. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Panthers. Simpson, the left-hander, will look into Barger, and there's a well-hit ball to center field. Going back is going to be over his head against the wall, and Barger will cruise into second base with a leadoff double.
Barger taking over at second base has been, I think, very solid there as well. He's traditionally an outfielder, but his bat, he kind of gets overlooked because you got so many other good bats in that lineup.
Yeah, Shield, I think he was misjudged. That's the second time that Shield has misjudged a ball over his head. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Brennan Laird, the shortstop. He is 0 for 1, walked in the first and was stranded, flew out in the third. Simpson will check Barger. It gets the breaking ball over on the outside corner for strike 1.
You were mentioning a moment ago that, you forgot to read the one-liner card there.
Yes.
You know all the things I do over here, right?
I know. We all can't be, award-winning professionals like yourself. That pitch inside, much like Troy's demeanor inside. I don't even know what that means, but 1-1 now to Laird. We'll finish up the comment I was talking about, with Kendall Baker being the 9-hole and 280 hitter. You look at the Panthers, that ball in the turf, but getting out quickly was Fitch. 2-1 now. The Panthers' 8-9 hitters are 139 and 236. So you can certainly see, and you look at their overall team batting average and all of those kind of things. You can see what a luxury it is to have quality offensive players in the bottom of that batting order. Simpson will check Barger again at second base to no avail. Just wants to waste my valuable time, prevent me from watching the Kentucky Derby.
The most overrated 2 minutes in sports.
Shut your communist mouth. Here's the 2-1 pitch, a breaking ball. It is hit towards short. Trying to leg it out is Laird, but he will get the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Eric Elkis. 1 for 2, struck out looking in the first and hit an opposite field home run in the third. And thank goodness he did, as that accounts for all of the offense in this game so far.
I would, if this were to end, I don't think it's going to. I think Quakers are going to get some runs eventually here today, but I would be very surprised if this were an end.
That's what's known as a home run, ladies and gentlemen. First pitch, I'm glad I didn't park there, and I almost did. And if that's your van or Tahoe, we may have a sponsor that can help you out with that windshield.
Well, you know what? I said a little bit earlier that I just thought at some point he was going to start breaking out. I didn't think it was maybe be today, but he's got a left-handed pitcher out there. If you make a mistake over the plate, and he has seen now 2 mistakes made by Simpson, and tell you what, we talked about him in the pregame with Coach Sack that he's going to break out at some point, and he's doing it today.
Absolutely. And again, I don't think you can underscore the fact that it's with me in attendance.
I can't either.
I feel confident that that's it. Addison Robertson will step up, designated hitter for the Quakers. He is 1 for 2. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, your score is now 3-0. Quakers over Hanover. No action in the Panther bullpen as of now, so Simpson with an 0-1 to Robertson, and that will be hit out of play. 0-2.
And if you look at the other side, if you're Hanover, you're not going to make the playoffs. You got to see what some of these guys can do, and Simpson is one of those guys that you potentially look at next year. He's just a freshman out of Mitchell, Indiana.
And that is hit into right center field. Sun giving trouble to the right fielder, and Shield comes over and pretty much knocks him down, but does make the play.
Yeah, near collision, and looked like that should have been a play made by the right fielder Fields, but again with Shield coming over and a near collision, that could have hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's the age-old thing. The center fielder is, the quarterback of the outfield. I agree with you that was going to be the right fielder's ball, but he's looking directly in the sun. Not that Shield wasn't, but you got to have better communication because that easily could have dropped. So 2 outs, and here is Cody Krumloff, the Quaker catcher. He is 1 for 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Quakers up 3-0. That is hit down to third base, and it will be the inning-ending out. 5-3. So we'll move to the top of the 6th on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Earlham 3, Hanover 0.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Hey, Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No. At FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
We move to the top of the 6th here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium on the Earlham College campus. Brian Cox and Troy Darengowski with you as the Quakers are leading 3-0 on the back of 2 home runs from Eric Elkis. Elkis hitting his 23rd career home run in the bottom of the 5th inning. That puts him 2 away from tying the Earlham career record. Thank Ryan Hayes. We remember big Ryan Hayes.
Yeah.
And that pitch is hit to the second baseman, and that'll be another quick out. We talked about, Troy, in the last half inning off the air about how you need those quick innings. And when Howie Smith, he probably threw 5 pitches and got 3 outs. I like these 1-pitch, 1-out deals.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, and the thing is, the difference between the two now, Simpson throwing a lot of pitches, Smith not. Smith will get stronger as the game goes on. I don't think there's any doubt about that whatsoever. So if you don't get to him pretty soon, you're probably not going to.
Yeah, Howie's definitely in a groove, only giving up 2 hits. Here is Spencer Coop, the third baseman. He is 0 for 2. And he is in the lead in the count for one of the few times this game that Howie Smith's been behind, and he erases that. Is now 1-1. Sorry, I have not been keeping track of you.
Yeah, keep meticulous records there, please.
It's going to look like a train wreck. Here's the 1-1 pitch outside, 2-1. I mean, what a luxury though, if for Coach Sakasits to have an ace like Howie Smith to come out and give your bullpen a rest, and there's the first hit in at least 3 innings. That's not true, 2 innings. See, I did lie a lot. Caitlin was right. I lie a lot.
Well, you're just misinforming people, that's all. I don't have the scorebook in front of me now, so I'm going to have to rely on what you're saying.
Well, that's good news.
Well, you're right. I mean, about Howie Smith. But yet, you know what? I'm still waiting when they get Talcott back and have that 1-2 punch maybe in the tournament. That's going to be huge.
Ty Stover, the first baseman, the number 3 hitter, will step to the plate. He is 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, and he was stranded back in the 4th inning. Smith's first pitch fouled back.
Howie's not a guy that's, we talk about pitchers can overpower you. You don't see a whole lot of that in Division III where guys have 90-plus mile-an-hour fastballs. But when he gets going working too fast, that's when he gets in trouble, and he always steps back and just gets get that breath going again, and he just really kind of settles into what he is doing. And I think that's what's been the big difference this year is he just hasn't hurried. We saw at the beginning of the year when he didn't have the success. When he stepped back and said, let's just slow this thing down a little bit, it's working my pace, he's had success.
Well, yeah, it's the old adage, slow is smooth. And right now, he's pitching smooth, and that is lifted to left field to be an easy play for Shake, and that is out number 2.
Well, and he'll give up hits. I mean, bottom line, he's kind of that bend, don't break type of guy because some games he'll give up 14 hits.
I think he gives up hits because he's always around the plate. And he's generally pretty economical with his pitches, I think, because, he doesn't waste them and he's not super wild all the time. And being around the plate, you're going to give up some hits every now and then. But, you've also can see that he's going to put himself in position with location. He's done a really nice job with that. That's going to be out of play. Good hustle by Kendall Baker. Jack Shine, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2. Jack came into this ball game batting a robust .360, leading the team in most offensive categories, including
home runs.
No, that's not right. You see Major League?
What? I messed up your punchline.
0 and 2. 2 outs. Top of the 6th.
What, RBI?
Nose hair.
Sorry.
Bob Euchre is somewhere just having angina.
Is he still alive?
I hope so. Because I would feel really bad if he's not.
I know you would.
Bringing up 1 and 2 to Shine. That'll he be hit down to Dopp. Fields it, fires over to Elkis, and that will do it. So a runner stranded. But after 5.5, your score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Earlham 3, Hanover 0. We'll be back in just a moment.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Earlham Baseball being brought to you this afternoon by New Vision Sports. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious athletes of all ages and skill levels, even Brian Cox. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Contact New Vision to schedule your workout at 977-5831 or go to their website at newvisionsports.com. That's newvisionsports.com with a Z.
New Vision Sports helped me figure out how to deal with you, and I thank Coach for that.
Well, I'll never forget nose hairs now after being lambasted.
From the opening Major League, the first one, the original.
That was all right. I mean, the first one, as I said off the air, the first one was good, and after that it was very forgettable.
Well, sure. Like most movies. We move to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Quakers will send up the 7, 8, 9 hitters, and in that 7 hole will be the third baseman, Danny Dopp. Danny 0 for 2. And he will get a base hit. First pitch swinging.
Well, as you said earlier, a lot of times in the sequence, that first pitch is the best one you may see. That time against Simpson, laid it right down the middle for him, and Quakers pick up their 8th base hit.
You know, I mentioned, okay, here are your 7, 8, 9 hitters, Troy, and here are their batting averages coming into this game. 336, 314, 286. Not too shabby. Here's Isaiah Shake, the left fielder. He is 2 for 2. Quakers looking to add some runs, insurance runs. And that is nearly a pickoff. If Simpson had been closer to the bag, Stover would have made that very difficult for Dopp. Again, if you're just joining us, as another throw over to first. If the Quakers win this ball game, they will clinch a tie.
Yeah.
For the
at least.
Excuse me. Clinch at least a tie. No, clinch at least a tie for the HCAC championship. And another base hit in almost the identical place as Dopp. And now the Quakers have something going. And here's Kendall Baker, the right fielder. And we'll see if Coach Sakasitz will have Kendall bunt Dopp and Shake over to second and third.
Well, this is Kendall's now third time looking at the left-hander Simpson, and you know as well as I do, you get about sometimes the second, most of the time the third time around against a pitcher, you pretty much kind of figure out his sequence, and we'll see if the Quakers start having success now even more here in this inning.
Kendall 1 for 2. He's set to see the first pitch from Simpson. He does show bunt. And it's a good one, and as Mitch Blakespore alluded to, he beats it out. Who is Mitch going to pick in the Derby? And the Quakers, with the bases loaded, all on first pitch, base hits. 3 for 3.
And I'm not sure how many times he, speaking of Kendall's, bunted his way on, but I mentioned that earlier in the game. He's one of the best bunters you're going to see on this team to go along with Nate Lynch at the top of the order. And he somehow, I mean, it's on turf, which you think wouldn't be an advantage, but he has done such a great job of laying it down and putting just enough pressure on it to get it past where the catcher's going to make a play and the pitcher has to come out. And for a left-hander, that's tough.
I can't believe these words are about to come out of my mouth, even though I know they are absolutely the wrong thing to say. That's an excellent point about the turf and Kendall bunting. Because you're right. If that's grass, you know, that would tend to slow down the ball, which is an advantage for the speedy Baker. So for him to be able to do that on turf, it just is that much more extraordinary. And dear Lord, why did I have to say? That'll bring up Nate Lynch. Nate, 0 for 2, reached on error, batting .424, and again, one hit away from setting a new Earlham all-time hits record. And how apropos would it be if he did it with the bases loaded?
That'd be great. You know, it reminds me back in 1967 when
when Mitch was still not born.
Hold on.
This is the best question. Let's pause the game for a second. Were your parents even born in 67? His parents were 1. Dear goodness gracious.
Well,
1 and 2 now.
I always want to point out the idea of great bunters, and I think bunting is not really a science anymore for some of these guys. And That one's off the end of the bat. I just think that some of these guys like Lynch and Baker have kind of brought that back a little bit. I love to see good bunting.
Sure. Nate fighting off that pinch. You could tell there with that swing, definitely defensive, trying to protect the plate with a 1-2 count.
You know, Lou Brock was a great bunter. You know, guys that had a lot of speed, and they used it to their advantage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Otis Nixon
was a great bunter.
Swing and a foul tip. Again, no outs, bases loaded.
But, you know, I got to say that the point I was making earlier is the one you don't want to give me credit for. You're doing it, but you don't like it.
Yeah, I did
I want you to
credit.
give me
don't
credit.
like it.
I want you to give me credit and like it.
Well, because if I give you credit, I'm not going to hear the end of it until the day I die. You're still bringing up something from 98 that I gave you credit for, which was the last time, I believe. Here's the pitch. Again, a defensive swing, and that is history, ladies and gentlemen. An RBI single. And Nate Lynch is your new all-time hits leader. Grab that ball and give it to that young man. What an accomplishment.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there it is. And they again will reward him with a baseball as the all-time hits leader in Earlham College history, and it happens here in the 6th inning.
Fantastic career, and you mentioned it earlier in the game, Troy. Probably the first time he's been completely healthy in a season, and his statistics prove that. And I would assume, you know, I don't think I've ever been talented enough in anything other than berating you. I'm probably a Hall of Famer in that. But it's got to be a load off of his mind to get it over with. And, you know, I know it's towards the end of the season, but you got the tournament coming up. Now he can focus, 100% on just continuing to rake.
Yeah, graduation out of the way and the hit record.
Matt Barger now at the plate. Matt is 1 for 3.
You know, and one other thing, he would have broke that a long time ago if he hadn't missed so much time last year with the injuries.
Sure. Still no outs. Bases are still loaded.
Uh-oh.
And that is going to hit foul deep to the team bus. Come on, smash it. Not quite there. 1-1 now.
By the way, there is a left-hander throwing in the bullpen again for the Panthers, I believe. So this may be a short.
So bases loaded, no outs, and a 4-0 lead. That's the sign.
It's getting close to being the sign.
Just for future reference, that pitch low. 2-1.
Well, as I said earlier, for Simpson, he's a freshman. Hanover's out of it. They got to see what he can do, see what his future is going to look like, and he's going to learn a lot. You just can't leave the ball out of the plate against this lineup.
Again, another good point. These are the kind of situations where somewhere down the line he's going to be put in this position, and you want him to battle through it. So why not kind of a baptism by fire here? It's not a meaningless game. Every game is important, but certainly you can use the lessons learned here today in the future, as long as it doesn't completely mess with his psyche and, destroy his career like yours.
Well, of course. I was 0-4 as a pitcher.
What?
I was 0-4 as a pitcher.
No, I'm just shocked that you would admit that.
But I was
surprised you didn't turn it around to say, I was Nolan Ryan.
I was the Nate Lynch of the of my team. So, 20 stolen bases my senior year, hit over 400.
Did you take them back?
No, never did.
Breaking into the stadium at night and then actually stealing the bases doesn't
against
count.
the law. Yeah, I was pretty speedy when I was younger.
Did you know Troy is from Wyoming? He's the all-time.
Well, I'm originally from Illinois. Went to Colorado, then ended up in Wyoming, but then I came out here.
He was the all-time hits leader in Wyoming. Odd groundhogs. 3-1 now to Barger.
Another meeting.
Yeah, more delays.
Well, you just a little bit ago, you're concerned about the young man's psyche, and now you don't care.
No. Don't misunderstand commenting during a game for caring. No. No.
You don't care.
No, I care about his well-being as a human, but not
until
his
it comes
baseball
to a delay.
psyche.
Yeah,
no,
you don't care about that.
When it's delays, all bets are off. 3-1 to Barger. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Quakers up 4-0. And that was a good pitch. And they're going to say that Barger went around. I thought it was just a strike.
Yep, check swing right there. He went too far. You're not. I know you don't agree with it, so
it's
a game of angles.
I thought the pitch was just striking itself.
It's a game of angles.
What do I know?
I know.
And the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. They got a piece of it.
Yeah,
all right.
Stay alive.
Yeah, what that guy said.
Yep. And generally, how many times you'll see either a foul ball dropped or you'll see a guy foul tip that potential third strike. He'll come back, get a nice pitch he likes right here, and line it in the outfield for a base hit. Happens tons of times, except this one.
And Simpson will walk in another run. You know, I will give credit to Simpson there for keeping the ball down. I mean, that's another thing that'll be in his advantage to potentially get a ground ball double play. But 2 runs have scored in the inning. And that'll bring up Brennan Laird, the number 3 hitter, and your shortstop, batting .345 coming into this game. He is 1 for 3. And comes up yet again, bases loaded, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 runs across in the inning. And first pitch strike. Nice job of Simpson to come back and get in a pitcher's count.
I think Brennan's going to get a ball he wants to drive right here.
Oh,
close.
That should be a 6-4-3 double play. It is. The run scores. No RBI.
See, he was just underneath that ball, too. I would have had you telling me how great I am again.
Not today.
Well, how about 3 right here?
A couple of compliments is good enough. Big Elk, the first baseman, he is 2 for 3. Struck out looking in the first, homered in the third, homered in the 5th.
They're going to walk him.
And Simpson will get a lesson in intentional walking. That's what happens when you have 2 home runs and 3 RBI on the day.
Did you know Ted Williams used to hate the intentional walk so much that he would get so upset that he would go outraged in the dugout when they walked him? Did you know that?
I love Teddy ball game.
Until he learned that it was as good as a hit, but he hated it when he walked him.
Yeah, because, I mean, it wasn't as good as a hit with him when his slugging percentage was like 1 million.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just saying, he just drove him nuts.
Greatest hitter ever walked the face of the earth.
Yeah, you need to think he missed 4 years of his career.
Prime of his career.
1941, and he still wasn't named the MVP.
Maggio, 56.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. See, how do you hit 406 and you're still not?
You play Billy Squire. That's how you hit 406. Well, but Billy Squire wasn't born in 41. 2 outs here at the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss for Addison Robertson, the designated hitter. Addison 1 for 3. 2 runners on. 3 runs have crossed the plate in this inning. And they got him. That's easy.
Yeah.
And Simpson pushes the that's easy button and gets out of the inning. Bases loaded, no out a bunch of times, and 3 runs come across. The Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard as we move to the top of the 7th. Earlham 6, Hanover nothing. Troy will be back with you in just a moment.
Hi, this is Troy Arangowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Today's game brought to you in part by Harrington Hoke Insurance. At Harrington Hoke, they spend every day working to make our community better, safer, and more enjoyable because their focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes and are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Hoke insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502 or go to their website, harringtonhoke.com.
Do we move to the top of the 7th?
Yeah.
Is this potentially it?
No. We
play 9?
Yeah. I'm sorry, this isn't high school baseball anymore. You calling this or you giving me a score?
First strike. Chase Sizemore. The Panthers' second baseman. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Panthers. 1-1 now to Sizemore. No relation to Grady, or is he?
No.
Yeah, maybe. Howie Smith. Good effort by Dopp, and Laird is not able to grab it, so that'll be a leadoff single. That'll bring up Tyler Cockerham, the designated hitter. Came into the ball game batting .286. He is 0 for 2.
By the way, we mentioned real quick, if Howie were to complete this game, that's 4 in a row. 4 complete games in a row.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And you know what is also impressive about that is that's foul tipped, is that now you save your bullpen for tomorrow if you need them.
For 2.
For 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Howie has a nice rest to get ready for the tournament. That's going to be hit down to Dopp. It'll be foul. And quickly 0-2 now for Cockerham. Gentlemen, let's go infield. Oh, wait, what? That's what we're supposed to... Oh, we didn't know. Now we're in it. Okay.
Just giving it a little encouragement.
I understand. I just find it funny. Pitch high and tight. Manny Machado-esque.
Pitch you don't want anyone to hit. That's why you throw a waste pitch, give him nothing to hit at that situation.
And keeps the ball down now, 2-2.
A lot of fans probably from earlier today, a chance to go to graduation and be here. In fact, not a
nice
bad
crowd.
Yeah,
nice crowd.
By the way, and it's my understanding, and we'll talk about this in a moment as well. Well, that's a pretty good pitch.
Yeah. Well, it's a game of angles, Troy.
Well, my angle was that was a strike.
You don't like it coming back at you, do you? Now you know how I've felt for 25 years. And he got him. That is strikeout number dos. Strikeout number 2.
He's not a big strikeout pitcher. His strikeout to walk ratio, though, is tremendous. Only 6 walks coming into this one here today.
What is... Throw over to first base. Back in time. Howie... I know it's here somewhere. Or maybe it's not.
What are you looking for?
Looking for the strikeout stats.
It's in the strikeout column. You looking?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Sorry. 61 strikeouts to 6 walks. 10-1. That's hit to Laird. That's going to be another 6-4-3 twin killing.
Yep.
And we will move to the bottom of the 7th. The Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Earlham 6, Hanover nothing. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
The Hanover Panthers will make a change on the mound. And here with more information on that pitcher is your color analyst, Troy Derengowski.
Looks like it's going to be Zach Chapman. He is a freshman out of Loveland, Ohio. Chapman coming into this one here this afternoon, making just his 9th appearance, 10 2/3 innings, giving up 11 hits, 14 runs, 12 earned, 3 strikeouts and 12 walks. Chapman with a robust ERA of 10.13. So, as probably is the case again, give the young man a chance to see what he can do for next year.
His strikeout to walk ratio is just kind of the inverse of Howie Smith.
Yeah, not good at all.
So due up for the Quakers will be your 5, 6, 7 hitters. Addison Robertson, Cody Krumloff, and Danny Dopp scheduled. You might remember Addison was at the plate when Eric Elkis was picked off. So Addison Robertson, 1 for 3. The designated hitter came into the ball game batting .284.
Yeah, I really didn't realize how hard all this is to do by myself when I'm all alone over here.
Oh, dear goodness. Sounds like my grandma. It's hard to pull this refrigerator up the stairs, Brian. Wish you could stop by and help me. Well, I wish you'd hush. There's a well-hit ball that bounces under the gloved hand of the shortstop, Shine. So Robertson with his second base hit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that
didn't touch his glove.
I know.
Didn't touch his glove. Oh.
I'd have given him an air.
Number 5, Cody Krumloff.
There you go.
Okay, I was joking in the first inning. I do have an issue with this one, and I'll tell you why.
All right.
If it's a pop-up and the guy's standing there and it drops in front of him, it's a base hit.
Yeah.
Cash me outside. So here, it doesn't hit his glove. It goes underneath it. Just takes a bad hop.
Yeah, that's an error.
Oh, you guys. It's a game of angles.
It's baseball.
Whatever.
You know, I think I look at a ground ball a little bit different from maybe a pop-up. It could have been something in his eye, the sun, something overhead. That would have been a difference. He's looking down. There's nothing in his eye. He should have made that.
How do you know something didn't go in his eye then?
I could tell. He looked at the ball all the way underneath his glove.
Forgive me, Svengali. I forgot about your amazing skills. 2-0 now.
There was a certain expectation in baseball.
Krumloff fouls the ball back towards Troy.
To me, there's a certain expectation with...
Hold on, Troy. I think you need to hear something from the official score. What was that?
You changed it to a hit? Who pressured him into that? Oh, my.
I'd like to thank Kevin for being reasonable, and I'd like to thank Mitch for having an open mind, unlike some people from Wyoming and Colorado.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, if we look back at that and you ask 10 baseball experts, they'll tell you that's an error. And so I'm in that category of the experts. That was an error.
It's like anything else. You can count it as a mental error, sure. He should have made the play. But, again, back to my scenario, there's often times where people should get an error mentally, but this count a base hit. Just like I said, if the ball dropped right in front of him and he doesn't get there.
Infield's different than outfield.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Yeah. What if it's dribbled slowly towards him and he just stands there? Doesn't go after the ball. Are you going to rule that an error?
I'd go out and beat him with a bat.
Well, now that's where we agree.
Yeah. I'm just saying that should have been fielded.
2-2 to Krumloff. Now 3-2, and back safely is Robertson. We'll do you a quick reset here, ladies and gentlemen, after I successfully litigated this case. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Quakers leading 6-0.
See, I just don't succumb to pressure like you.
Addison Robertson with a base hit on at first, and he's on the move, lifted into right field with the sun in his eyes. And Robertson will go back as Fields makes the play. Troy's theme song now playing. Danny Dopp, the third baseman, will step to the plate. Danny 1 for 3.
If I'm an official score, I do have some expectations out of shortstops and guys like that. So I'm not going to be.
Why is there an expectation differently for shortstop than any other player?
Well, there really isn't.
And another potential pickoff, and they got it.
Another 1-3-6.
So that is the third caught stealing, a second caught stealing, one pickoff. Danny Dopp still awaiting his first pitch with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, I've got one more scenario for you. Let's say he's standing in front of the baseball. He puts his glove down. It goes underneath his glove between his legs into the outfield. Is that an error or is that a base hit?
Does it touch his glove? Because if I remember correctly, back in the first inning, it touched his glove.
No, it's not touching, but it goes between his legs. That's an error.
There's another fly ball to right field. Fields will make the play. And on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard and base hit and error scoreboard, Earlham 6, Hanover nothing. We'll be back to the top of the 8th in just a moment.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We'd like you to know why public power is important to you. In small towns and cities across America, locally owned public power systems like ours represent local people working together to meet local needs. Our only purpose is to provide an essential service at the lowest possible cost. This makes a big difference in rates and service, and all the benefits we produce at home stay at home. Richmond Power and Light, your locally owned electric utility. Together, we make powerful partners.
You know, one of the things that makes America great and makes Indiana and Wayne County and Richmond even better is that we can have a healthy discussion about these type of things as we move to the top.
And walk out of here as buddies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have every right to be wrong. Normal effort on a ground ball, and that was a normal effort. It wasn't a tough play. He should have gotten in front of it, fielded, and thrown. As
a former official scorer of the Richmond Roosters, I understand the position Mitch is in. I, too, was chastised and asked to make a change in a call from one of the owners, much like here today with me and Mitch. Hold on. We are at Bay Fields. Or is it Bay? Is that his first name?
Number 25?
Yeah.
That is
right
Bryce Fields.
Bryce.
Yeah. He's out of Connorsville, by the way.
Are you sure that guy's supposed to be out? What did Fitch do the last inning? Fitch grounded out into a double play, 6-4-3. Bryce Fields.
Out of Connorsville.
You're going to trust me? The big sigh from we're just goofing, Mitch. Dopp will field it. Fire over to Elkis. Nice play. And that's the first out of the inning as Howie Smith continues to work economically.
You know what makes Dopp incredible from that standpoint? He's a catcher.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's a catcher. Ian Bach is a catcher. They've both been down at third base at times. And for them to take over that position, and then you also look at second base and what has been happening at second base with Matt Barger is incredible.
Brooks Bailey now to the plate. First pitch he sees is a ball. The 1-0 pitch from Smith, breaking ball outside, 2-0. Bailey, 236 hitter.
Can I just get one last? This is the last. I'm going to ask you one last time.
You're making Mitch upset.
I'm not meaning to.
He's not going to let me come back because of you.
That's a base hit.
That is a base hit that is potential for 2, but it will be cut off. A nice job out in left field.
That's Isaiah Shake showing the strong arm as he threw a strike to second base, and Isaiah, the freshman out of Bloomington, holding.
What did Fields do?
The hitter just one base hit.
What happened to Fields? I didn't write it down.
Fields grounded out to third base.
Thank you. That'll bring up John Scheel. See, Mitch is deep breath sighing. He's upset. And I don't like that because I like Mitch a lot.
I'm just saying that I'll go back to the thing. If the ball would have gone through his legs, glove down, ball goes under his glove through his leg, that's an error. So what was the difference between that one? He was just maybe half a step off from doing that. Base hit?
That's a base hit. That's going to be 2 as Kendall Baker will catch it, fire it back in. The run will not score as he holds at third base. So Bailey at third and Scheel with a double.
Has now 6 hits for Hanover as they're trying to get on the board here this afternoon.
Spencer Coop, the third baseman, he is 1 for 3. He comes up with 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out. And for really the first time in this ballgame, Howie Smith is in some trouble. Swing and a miss and firing down to second base, but the runner back. Cooper came into this ball game batting .303. Stover on deck for the Panthers. Nice pitch by Smith that he misses outside. 1-1. Smith will get set. And that is a pitch right down the pipe for a strike. Not exactly sure what Coop was looking for there, but he gets a fastball right down the middle, kind of knee high, and watches it go by, and he's now in the hole, 1-2. Delivery outside and a swing and a miss. And that is the third strikeout of the day for Howie Smith, and that'll bring up the aforementioned Ty Stover. Came in batting .336, if I can read Mr. Penmanship's writing here. He is 1 for 2 on the day.
It's bad enough that you're wrong about that one call, but, getting personal about my writing is another thing. Yeah, I don't understand Coop standing, like you said. He waits. I don't know what pitch he's waiting for to hit. You need runners. You need, you're down 6-0.
I mean, the outs are winding down here. You talk about looking for a good pitch, put the ball in play.
Just like here.
Yeah, another good breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-1 now. Jack Shine on deck. Chase Sizemore in the hole. Lady walking a baby out beyond center field. 2-1 now.
Here's something that I always know that your focus is always just keen on the game itself.
I learned from the best that you paint the picture.
That's right.
Now, see, people watching at home.
Wondering why you are.
Maybe they're making a cocktail, watching the Derby, listening to us. How do they not know that the lady's pushing a stroller down there?
Well, they probably can't. Well, but they can see her for a little bit, but not anymore.
Especially with the home runs that are flying here by the Quakers, maybe they want to give the guy a souvenir.
By the way, top of the 7th, Rose beating Mount St. Joe 5-3.
Howie Smith asked for a repeat of the sign, and the 2-2 delivery on the way. Hit well to short. Laird gets it, fires, and gets out of the inning. Nice play deep in the hole by the Quakers shortstop, Brennan Laird. And we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Earlham 6, Hanover nothing.
It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
By the way, a reminder, today's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors. Just $3.50. Saturday, the Black Forest ham. Sunday, the meatball marinara. And Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway. Eat fresh. Bottom of 8.
Bottom of 8. 6 runs on 12 hits, 1 error for the Quakers. No runs on 6 hits, 1 error for the Panthers. As 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Quakers in this half inning. And that number 8 hitter is your left fielder, number 33, Isaiah Shake. Isaiah if I'm not mistaken, 3 for 3. I'm looking at your hieroglyphics from the second and the fourth. I know he singled and scored in the sixth. And that ball is hit into right field. Going back is Fields and catches it and falls down on the warning track.
And he may have hurt himself, too.
Is that workman's comp?
I don't know, but he...
And the umpire is motioning in for a trainer and making his way quickly, is said trainer.
Well, he got to that warning
track.
I
didn't even see our person. I was looking at the Hanover guy.
Yeah.
The coach. Still down is Fields.
Well, he got to that warning track and made a nice catch, but it looks like it's either going to be that ankle. It looks like he's holding the right ankle up, or, of course, he had the left ankle underneath the right there for just a moment. So
Troy using his binocular skills that he honed hunting bison in Colorado.
That's right. Well, needless to say, he's not going to get up anytime soon. At least we'll make sure every precaution is made to make sure that he's okay. I'm just kind of waiting to see if, they're looking at the right knee.
That is not good.
No.
Can you make a diagnosis?
I can try. The diagnosis is it's not good.
Hey, what kind of shoes is the umpire wearing?
He does not have any markings. I can tell you right now that...
Good to see Fields stand up.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that at least it just appears to be a little bit of a sprain for him, and he may just continue to play. So,
that's nothing that a 6-inch sub won't fix.
It will fix it immediately, especially the sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
That's what I had for lunch today, is steak and cheese.
There you go. I can tell you the coach that's coming back is wearing Nikes.
Fields appears to be staying in the game.
By the way, that umpire is Michael Ingram.
Is it really?
Yes.
Did he bring any donuts for us?
Not a single donut on him.
I believe I will have a word with him after the game. Give Fields credit. That was a heck of a play. I mean, he was on his horse at the very beginning of that ball and got to it right at the warning track. So you don't know. I don't know. I haven't been out there. I don't know if there's a seam or anything like that possibly kind of tripped over.
Well, and it could be, but I think the one thing about it, it's not a true warning track like you would get in a regular grass field, and then you run onto the warning track where there's dirt so you don't feel it. So I don't think he probably felt anything other than he was near the fence.
So perhaps trying to stop his momentum from crashing into the fence and maybe hurt him that way. That'll bring up Kendall Baker, the Quaker right fielder.
That might be the only thing that, from a turf standpoint, that you don't like about that. If you're an outfielder and you feel that underneath your feet, you're close, but you don't feel it now. So that's one drawback.
Pitch inside, 1-1 now to Baker. He's 1 for 3. Struck out looking, flied out, and singled and scored. One away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kendall will hit that to the first baseman, Stover, and quickly 2 away for the Quakers.
Well, here's your all-time hits leader.
That's pretty cool to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nate Lynch. Nate is 1 for 3. 1 for 4. Reached on an error in the first. Flew out, grounded out, singled. Got an RBI in the 6th, and that was the all-time hit in the 6th inning. We should put a little thing out there in left center field. Where that ball drops. Kind of cool.
Like a little
Pete Rose deal?
Yeah.
2-0 to Nate.
Cut out a little turf out there.
And Nate ropes a single. Diving play by Fields again. Would have been better suited to keep in front of him because Lynch is going to go to 3. So, not trying to start anything. I'm saying that's one of those mental error things where it's really a 2-base mental error. It's certainly you would think you'd like for Fields just to keep that ball in front of him.
Yeah, especially when you're down 6-0, knowing that you only have, 3 outs remaining.
Mental mistakes or misjudgment are not to be. I know, I get it. We should keep a category, though, of mental, because, truthfully, those are just as harmful as an actual error. I mean, you can legitimately say that's a 2-base mental error. Right or wrong? I know you don't want to agree with me, but right or wrong?
No. That'll hit him, by the way. No, if you're going back to that previous play, you know I'm right.
I'm not going back to the previous play. I almost said not a bad word, but a word that would not have made any fans.
His attempt at right field was he dove for it. That's different. He had a routine ground ball.
You're misunderstanding. I'm not saying I'm only talking about the last play. I'm not saying he should have gotten an error. What I'm saying is you could almost construe that as a 2-base mental error. You agreed with me at the beginning. Oh,
we made a 2-base mental error when we brought you up here earlier. So
well, that's true.
What?
You are the worst type of human being. You agree with somebody at the beginning only to shade them on the backside.
You don't want to go back to the original play because you know I'm right. And Mitch was right. And whoever talked him out of it ought to be ashamed of themselves.
I love Mitch. Mitch is the best.
And he should have stuck with it.
Mitch is the best.
I know he is. I'm just saying that somebody down there pressured him, and they shouldn't have done that. They should have left him alone. That's his call. And mine.
That pitch misses. 1-1.
Here's the first thing. What last thing I'm going to say about it, and then we're going to move on.
Oh, bless.
Would you rather have 35 years
of
experience?
Yes, I would rather have earplugs.
No. Would you rather have 35 years of experience calling games or somebody down there that says, that's an error, Go with the experience.
That ball, no, Fields. No.
He went down again.
Yeah, he was running towards that ball, and all of a sudden his knee just gave out. That did not look good.
I know they said he was okay, but I really they
But I thought at the time, why even risk it? This type of season. But now that is really hard to watch.
Why don't we take a quick break right here while they tend to him and hopefully he's going to be okay. But again, you can't see it, but he went down going for that ball down the right field line, and once he got very close to the line, he went down. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back as the Quakers on top of this one, and the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard leading this one 6-0.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, you are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive, and so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com. Well, you can see Fields being helped off the field right now after, again, suffering that injury that he had suffered previously going after a baseball very close to the fence, and hopefully he's going to be all right. That's just
I would assume that the coach probably gave Bryce the option, on the first attempt. Hey, do you feel like you can stay in? And he's a competitor, and I think I can walk it off. I can play. And running after that foul ball from Laird, and just gave out. So you definitely don't like to see that. We'll let you know who the replacement right fielder is in just a moment.
It's Jake Lorenz.
Jake Lorenz.
Or Jay, I'm sorry. Jay Lorenz out of New Albany.
a Southern Indiana fellow. Runner was on the move. That ball is hit to straightaway center field, and that will do it for the Quakers in the 8th inning. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, as we move to the top of the 9th, your score, Earlham 6, Hanover 0.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time. Which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
We move to the top of the 9th inning here at Sadler Stadium, where the Quakers leading 6-0 over the Hanover Panthers. Panthers have their 4-5-6 hitters due up, and Howie Smith still on the bump for the Quakers, looking to notch his 4th consecutive complete game, which these days in college baseball is tantamount to what Walter Johnson's win record. I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, in pretty much any level these days.
Ball hit back up the middle off of the mound. Barehanded catch and throw is no good. Base knock for Shine to lead off the 9th. It was a nice job, nice effort by Barger, and actually I think the ball hitting the mound helped him out on that play.
Number 23, Chase Sizemore.
Well, still only the 7th base hit by Hanover.
Yeah, and more importantly, Howie's done a nice job of scattering those hits. Only, I believe it was just the 8th inning. It was really the only time he was ever in serious trouble. That'll bring up Jack Shine, the shortstop. No, excuse me, Chase Sizemore, the second baseman, as he fouls that ball off. Shine down at first base.
Now, does Howie have a shutout this year? Because I only see 1 on the stat sheet, but 2 on the total line. So I'm wondering if he has the other shutout along with Kyle Gorman.
2-1 now, the count to Sizemore. Adam Derengowski has Gunavaria on the Kentucky Derby. Was he right? We'll see.
Most overrated 2 minutes in sports.
I like to be a cantankerous old man.
I'm just telling you, for all the hype you go through for those horses to run around there for 2.5 miles.
It's exciting.
And you guys
It's
get
electric. It's electric.
You get all lathered up over it.
2-2 now to Sizemore. 1 runner on, no outs here in the top of the 9th. Quakers leading 6-0. Howie gets him to pop up. That will go out of play.
I get more excited watching a
paint dry
chess match.
Yeah, I love Suzanne in the background. Be careful.
Just saying. I have nothing against horse racing. I'm just saying.
I agree. I mean, I would probably watch a Seinfeld.
I would get excited if it was a Triple Crown opportunity. I mean, I know it starts with a Kentucky Derby, but
well, there's something. This pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball up in the zone, and Sizemore could not lay off, and that's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Tyler Cockerham, the designated hitter. Tyler 0 for 3 with a strikeout looking. Grounded into a double play and lined out to short.
And you figure Howie gets win number 8 today. He will not pitch tomorrow, and certainly unless they needed him, but come into the tournament next week, he might very well end up with 10 wins by the time the season is over with.
ERA, I would think, will be close to going under 3 after this 9 innings of shutout baseball if he is able to get these last 2 outs.
Well, as you said earlier, with him throwing so few pitches, you can bring him again back into the 9th inning, and if you need it, tomorrow again, because he just hasn't thrown that many.
Here's the 1-1 delivery again. Another breaking ball up in the zone, and Cockerham could not lay off. Count now 1-2. Smith is set, and the delivery. Waste pitch up high. 2-2. Jack Shine down at first base on a leadoff single. And ball will be put out of play. Reminder, Quakers will be back in action for a doubleheader tomorrow. Airtime noon, is that correct?
First pitch noon will be on the air to around 11:45.
11:45. Yeah. Good news for America. I probably will not be here.
Oh, that figures.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Howie Smith. Those will be strikeouts, what, number 4 and 5?
You know, you're about as fair
3 and 4.
You're about as fair weather of a broadcaster I've ever met.
4 for strikeouts, 4 and 5. He has 4 strikeouts in the last 2 2/3 innings. That'll bring up Tyler Fitch, the catcher. He is quickly down 0-1.
So what it is, you'll show up for one game, but we have a doubleheader. You don't show up for 2. So you must be a union guy.
No, I just have other duties.
Yeah.
Helping my grandma move that refrigerator.
I bet you do.
The ball hit back up the middle off of Smith's glove. Can Laird make the play?
Oh.
Throws it away, and that's not going to be an error because no one advanced. So Fitch will get credit for the base hit, and Shine will move to second base. Nice effort, though, by Laird.
Now batting the right fielder, number 17.
Well, I think that's a double play. Wouldn't have needed a double play. It would have been an out if it doesn't go off Howie's glove.
I think you're right. I think Laird and or Barger would have probably been able to step on the bag at second, or at a minimum thrown the runner out at first. But Howie trying to field the position and just knocked it off course. But again, and Laird made an excellent effort to try to get Fitch down at first base. Here is the replacement for Bryce Fields, Jay Lorenz, and that ball is hit into left field, and that'll do it. Howie Smith gets win number 8, 4 consecutive complete games, and on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, your Quakers win 6-0.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll wrap it up in a couple of moments. Talk about tomorrow's the Quakers victorious, and they have now at least sharing a tie for the conference championship. We'll come back in a moment. This is Quaker Baseball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There is one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive, 110 East Main in Richmond. Or give them a call at 765-966-8181 or visit their website, beach-auto.com.
Final line here today. Earlham 6 runs, 13 hits in air. Hanover no runs, 8 hits and 1 error. Howie Smith will get the win. He's now 8-3 on the season. Tanner Simpson will take the loss. He will fall to 1-4. But it was Eric Elkis who got things going offensively for the Quakers. The solo home run in the 3rd came back with another 2-run shot in the 5th inning as the Quakers also saw Nate Lynch pick up his base hit, the all-time leader in Earlham history. So all around, great ball game today for the Quakers, and again, they clinch at least a share for the title.
Yeah, what momentum, right?
Yeah.
They have to be extremely excited about how they're on the ascension, I think, in play. You've had great offensive seasons. I mean, you go up and down that lineup, they've all had nice numbers. But as you mentioned, Elkis, kind of had a power outage for a while now. He's kind of back 2 home runs in this game. Nate Lynch has got the career hits record now, and we can all talk about it. I've never been in the position, but I would assume if you're in that position, you're going to be thinking about it on some level.
Yeah.
And now he can, let that go, and I think he had 2 hits now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, had the triple.
Had the triple as well. So you're really kind of firing on all cylinders right now, and the tournament's just less than a week away.
You're less than a week away. Yeah.
So I think Coach Sackasitz and his team are in a really good position to make a run.
All right. Well, I'd say good to see you, but I'd be
I don't
lying.
think anybody else would be saying that.
But Brian won't be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll come back next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see how the tournament lines out for you. So,
got it.
Brian joining us, Brian Cox, again, thanks to Mitch Blankenspore, the Sports Information Director, supplying us all the great information here today. Keep updated on the Quakers on GoEarlham.com. And, of course, tomorrow the tennis team will play for the championship at around 10 o'clock again tomorrow morning, and Mitch will keep you updated on that as well. But the Quakers win it 6-0. This has been Earlham Baseball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.